morning, sir.
Good morning.
We are Green Task Force in NSBM Green University. For Green Week, we are having this interview series, Think Green. I'm going to ask you some questions about green concept. First of all, I would like to start from this. We are a green university. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. So first, let me tell you a story about my own experience about the Green University. So when I first visited the campus, I was passing through Kottawa and Homagam area. I was like kind of skeptical about this particular place. But when I entered from the gate, I felt the difference, the fresh breeze and the greenery. So that basically amazed me at the beginning. So I think whoever comes inside the campus, they first feel about the fresh air, and they feel about the greenery, and they will see these buildings that are basically white and very easy to our eyes to get used to it. So I think in that sense, this is one of the best places to work and study. I think your feelings are also mutual.
During the time of your teaching at the university, you must have come across the Go Green practices in the university premises. What do you think about that?
I think as a green university, by the design itself, the university has done a lot. For example, as I have mentioned earlier, we have the white color buildings inside the lecture halls. The white color is painted, and most of the lecture halls, and even in my cabin, we can work until 6:37 without turning on the lights. So in that sense, that is also a good initiative, as well as since we cater large amount of students, we have larger lecture halls, so the energy can be utilized efficiency, and we share a lot of resources among the staff and the students. So we have about 14,000 students coming to the premises, and a particular day it's about 4,000 students. We share the resources. Some resources we reuse, so some resources we recycle. So I think most of the basic greenery concepts we are addressing, and since most of our students use the public transportation, that is also a good practice, because we are helping our environment to reduce the carbon emission. So in that sense, I think we are doing a lot, but it can be, of course, can be improved.
What are the other methods that can be implemented to increase the awareness of the students and lecturers about the Go Green concepts used in university?
I think the most important things we are doing right now. So one of the most important thing is the sustainability development module you have done in your first year. So that tells you about the sustainability development goals, how we should love the environment and preserve the environment and so on. So that is we are doing already. But other than that, we can think of the 3R concepts that I think as Green Task Force you are very familiar. We have to reuse, reduce, and recycle. So those concepts should be taught as well as practiced. I think we are practicing them a lot, but they should be inside the student veins. Right? So recently we have learned about a new concept called the pre-use. Right? So that pre-use concept is about before we use something, we have to think twice whether we actually need it. Can we reuse something else, or can we find an environmental friendly alternative? So those are the things I think we can teach our students, as well as using the student groups like Green Task Force and wildlife clubs and societies we have already. Students can practice the use of various products, and they can experience, and they can also be innovative, because your main concept is think green. So that is the thinking part. So we don't have to use or rely on the bad products always. We can also think about the alternatives. As the students, you can also come up with new ideas, new mechanisms to reduce or recycle or even pre-use.
We have more than 4,000 students on campus, and do you think that we will able to control the use of plastic at least by the end of 2023?
I'm positive about that, Putha, because I think you are already practicing some of these concepts. Because now the biggest the problem or the elephant in the room is the plastic bottles, basically, right? But when I go to the lecture halls, I see rarely a student use a plastic bottle that can be used only once. Right, so you are already practicing the multiple use of things such as the glass bottles or even various other flasks and so on. So that way, I don't think the banning of plastic could create a big problem to your survival. And I think you have already survived with your own glass bottle, and it can be reused. We have various filters placed inside the faculties, and even if you go to the recreation centers, we have the facilities. So what we can do is we can get used to the new green concept, green living. Right, so we have lived with masks, right? So wearing masks, we had no choice, but we got used to it. So likewise, I think it is one of our duties to live sustainable with the environment. So banning plastic, I don't think it would create a huge problem for a university like ours. But I have doubts about banning the entire plastic usage, because if you think about the hospitals, there may be some challenges, because most of the syringes, the medical equipments are made of plastic. Even these laptops that we are using, the materials that we are wearing, some kind of plastic is there, but plastic bottles are not a requirement. I think it can be easily banned of the usage.
Thank you, sir, for giving your time for us. We would like to introduce this green concept to our students. That's why we are having this interview session.
Happy to help. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.